There we go. Finally live after 3 days of being away for a bit. Oh boy. Been a while. But I'm excited to get back to POE 2. I had a heck of a weekend, which is why I didn't stream. I was very socially tired, very socially drained. Playing games with family, also playing Dungeons and Dragons with friends and so forth. And also fixing the computers on my fan, which was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. But I'm happy to be back and getting into it, and hopefully getting to maps one of these days. Don't really expect to get there soon, but I'm gonna double check and make sure everything sounds good on stream. Yeah, seems good. Pretty sure. Nah, well, worst case scenario, I'll figure it out later. I don't want to see you global chat. Huh. Granted, I'm also still tired, but not tired enough to not grind. Wow. Because it should be pretty chill. Pretty simple. And anyway. Where the heck was I? Alright. Figuring everything out again. So, that's for my week. So, putting the fans back into the computer, or putting new fans into the computer, shouldn't be that hard. It's kind of a simple process. Except for the... Did I do? Travel to the Temple of Chaos. Did I not travel to the Temple of Chaos in this? I guess I didn't. Well, that's silly of me. Well, I will have to find that out then. Assuming it's not like the Act 2 one. Or the other Ascendancy trial, I should say. Where I just end up going to Act 2 to do that for the Ascendancy points. I kind of figured that the Trial of Chaos would be like that, but who knows? I'll just run around anyway, get back into the swing of things. Anyway, now that I'm not finally getting distracted by whatever the heck I'm talking about, the fans. Stupid goddamn fans. It took me an hour and a half to replace 2 of them. And you're probably like, how the hell does it take an hour and a half to replace 2 fans? Well, I tried to replace 3. And it didn't work. Because I have a Starforge PC, so it's a very well-made pre-built. Very well made. I love this PC. Genuinely recommend Starforge. Like, it's great. My dream is to be sponsored by them. One day. But the problem with trying to replace any part of a computer when it's pre-built, when it's a well-made pre-built, is the well, that was fast, and I'll take that happily. What was this? Evasion rate? Yeah. I'll say it doesn't seem bad, but I don't really care for evasion rate right now. But the cable management on my PC was impeccable. Everything is routed through small holes behind it to behind the PC, and then it's all zip tied very tightly together. Which is a problem when you need to undo the cables to replace a fan or 2. So the first fan that I had to do wasn't terribly hard because the wire didn't go super far. Also, it was my first time ever replacing a fan. So, ooh, nice Exalted. So it was a little bit of learning, but it's fine. I'm used to replacing or figuring out technical stuff. Not that silly. Not that dumb. But the problem came with my second fan. And the fact that my second fan... Did I miss a currency item down there or something? Oh, I did. That's the evening. The second fan, its wire not only went through a small hole, it also went across the entire back of the PC and connected to the a fan on the other side of the PC. And it was zip tied to other cables 3 times. There's 3 separate zip ties for this one fan. Or, I guess, for all the wires back there, and the cable to this fan got zip tied 3 times. Sadly, I don't have the item for that. I should have bought one off stream, but whatever. Yeah, no, it's fine. That goes currency, blah, blah, blah. Don't really care for a support jump right now. I just want to kill stuff. And we can go back to the infested barrens. So I ended up having to unscrew like 2 different plates in the back of my PC to be able to get to the cables. I had to get clippers to get rid of the cable zip ties. And then I had to figure out exactly where the wire went, unplug it, and then route the new one all the way through, and then try to... I didn't use a zip tie to redo the cables, but I did like a twist tie, because that's what I had on hand. And it should be fine either way. But cable management is important, so always be sure to cable manage. And then came the third fan. So that was like a lot of time figuring out all of that jazz, finagling. My fingers were really hurting, and my knees, because I was on my knees this entire time. Don't take that out of context. But the third fan, I could not undo, sadly, because there's like 4 screws that you had to undo to like take the fan off. And 2 of the screws were in it directly like in front of like the motherboard, or a part of the motherboard that jutted out. So there was 0 room to unscrew those screws. And I still don't know how exactly I'm going to do that. Because I went to Walmart to try to find like a small screwdriver? Small screwdriver or something. To undo those screws. And I couldn't find anything. Found like one thing there that I was like, maybe this will work. But I took it to the self-checkout, and that was when I realized that the barcode label on the back of it had like 2 barcode labels on it, and one of them was half faded out, so I couldn't scan it. And at that point I was like, yeah, whatever, I don't want to talk to one of the employees about this. So I just went and put it back and just said, nah, I'll deal with it another day. Who cares if I'm 1 fan down on a PC? Like 1 or 2 fans, it's fine to not have. Missing 3 out of your 6 fans, that's a problem. 50% of your fan power is gone. You should get that replaced. But luckily the 2 fans I did put in are working beautifully, so I didn't screw that up at least. Which I'm thankful for. I'm glad I'm not that dumb. But... God damn it, I had a thought. Then my brain was immediately just like, oh, I almost died. Yeah, brain go burr, and then I go blech. No, well. What was my thought? Oh yeah. So I also hate the fact that my fans died, because I'm not entirely sure why they died. Because I've had this Starforge PC for about a year. So I've had the fans for about a year. And I don't blame Starforge for my fans dying over the course of a year. You know, I was probably just running the game too hard by, you know, playing Minecraft with realistic graphics or something silly like that. But it was really annoying because they didn't like fully die, but they started making like ka-chunk noises that were audible over everything that I did. The third fan dying was actually my fault. That one wasn't my bad. Because it started making like a little bit of noise. And I was like, oh, I need to fix this. So I opened up like my computer case while it was running. And then like gently pressed the fan like upwards. And when I did that, it just made a very loud ka-chunk and immediately just stopped. And I found out that one of the fans had gone completely rammed into like a tiny opening in the bottom of my computer and just stopped, got stuck there completely by it because of the force of it. So that one wasn't my bad. I shouldn't have done it while it was running at a high speed. You know, live and learn and all that jazz. Anyway, so that was one part of my weekend. Just, my knees frickin' hurt so bad after that. But it'd be like that. So then otherwise I played Dungeons and Dragons on Sunday, and we were supposed to play on Saturday, but we ended up just playing video games because everyone was kind of tired. Which, you know, what happens when you're adults. Everyone's tired and you're just like, eh, we'll play a game. And we ended up playing Barotrauma for the very first time ever. And it's a game of all time, that's for sure. I didn't hate it or anything, but Barotrauma is not my cup of tea. Not exactly what I care for. Because it's a game where you're in a submarine and you're going, I guess, doing like missions and going down, shooting monsters, all that fun stuff. But, yes, I see where I was just about. But everyone on your crew has like a different role in the game. So like one person is the captain, one person shoots guns, one person's a medical officer. It's kind of like a Void Crew or a Pulsar, if anyone's ever played those. There's nothing up there. Which I love those games. Love space games. But with Barotrauma, I don't really care too much for the aesthetic or the like artistic style of it. Very kind of realistic and gritty. I'm not sure if that's the right way to say that, but something about the art style just kind of bores me, I suppose would be a way of putting it. And then also, I was engineer, so I spent the entire time basically just staring at a reactor, fidgeting with two dials, and occasionally running off to make sure stuff didn't break in the ship, because I did like electrical repairs and so forth. Kind of boring. Kind of like, eh. Very meh. Very meh, if I had to say so. But, you know, playing with friends is always fun. But it was also pretty exhausting. Socially. And that's why I didn't stream Saturday. Also, I played a bunch of Minecraft. Which might be a little out of left field going from, like, Barotrauma to Minecraft. But, God, I've been working so goddamn hard on a server that I'm on. I made a whole, like, I made a beautiful elevator with the Create mod in Minecraft. Such a beautiful elevator. Like, it goes to different floors, like, automated. You can just press a button and it'll just go to different floors. The doors open automatically. I made buttons that will call the elevators to whatever floor you're on. I set up Nixie tubes. I believe it's Nixie tubes. Might be Dixie tubes. I forget. But Dixie tubes, they'll tell you what floor the elevator is on. Like, I put a lot of effort into that goddamn elevator. I love it. I'm proud of it. But I've spent way too much time on that thing. I did that. Also made a guillotine. Like a working, like, guillotine. Not fully functional, but it'll get the job done. Like, it's got... I need to put a bit more effort. I have literally zero aesthetic for it right now because I just wanted to see if I could make it work. And I did. And then the weirdest thing is, I made a potato cannon also. With like a backpack that has like an air pack that just shoots out potatoes. It's the V Shoujo mod pack has so many weird things you can do in it. Most of this is just the create mod, but like the potato can shoot out different potatoes, and like a baked potato will do fire damage. A poisonous potato will poison people. Who thinks of this? It's brilliant. I love it. And it's way too hard to make. No one's ever gonna make a potato cannon. Because you have to spend like dozens of hours in the create mod just to make a goddamn potato cannon. Because it requires the like mechanical crafting that is just like a giant board of crafting. It's a lot to explain. I can't properly explain it without showing. But it's absurd. There's just way too much. And I spent way too much effort on it. And then I was trying to make a, I was trying to be funny and make a conductor for the elevator. Because you can do that. You can make like a elevator schedule in the mod pack. Give it to a mob, and it'll like get a hat. A cute little hat. And it'll be a train conductor. It's so adorable. So like you can make a parrot into a train conductor, and it'll run your train for you. Automated. Like, it's beautiful. I love it. But it requires so many goddamn resources, I'm never gonna do it. Or I'm never gonna make the full train, I just want to make like a conductor. But the problem I ran into with that is, it requires you to have a, was it? Like an actual like train controls in front of the mob for it to get the fancy hat. So I'd have to put that in the elevator, and then people would be like, why is there train controls in an elevator? And it just loses the entire aesthetic appeal of it. You know, has to look good first. Did I miss the hut? I think I missed the hut. Gosh dang it. No, well.
Yes, drain away. Reveal yourself.
Is it? Nah, I'll find it. Not that way. God, I hate having to go through these entire maps though, just to find like one side boss that may or may not give me something useful. Granted, I'm also just too lazy to see if I need to do it, but these maps are too long. That is probably my biggest complaint about this game, is that the maps are just too long. Oh well. You win some, you lose some. Not every game can be a perfect 10 out of 10. Some games can only be a 9 out of 10. Which I do love this game. I was debating whether or not to actually stream this today. Like, how do I get back there? Am I stupid? I know the answer is yes. What am I missing? I am missing something very vitally important, and I don't know what it is. Yeah, I guess there is checkpoint teleporting that I could have done, now that I think about it. I forgot that they added that in the patch notes. I'm not used to it. I'm used to just running everywhere with my, what, 15% movement speed increase? Yeah. Not great. It's like... I don't know, maybe it's here? Yep, I could've just teleported here. God damn it. Oh, all that for Regal Orb, I guess. I'll take it. Is there a waypoint here at all? Guess not. Disappointing. Yeah, I probably could have just done a portal. No. One day I'll get to maps. But anyway, so that's a lot of what I did Saturday. A lot of Minecraft. Barotrauma. And then Sunday was probably my busiest day out of all of them, if I'm being perfectly honest. Because I woke up at like 1 p.m. because I worked second shift, which is why I'm up right now at 1:23 a.m. My normal wake up time is like noon, roughly. Yeah, whatever. No. Well, actually, that wasn't a bad stuff now that I look at it. +3 at all, cold. You know what? Actually, maybe I can sell that to other people for a nice price. That's not terrible. Really high cold damage increase and cold spell increase. Okay. It's actually really nice stuff. I don't have any skills to upgrade, right? Okay. Boop, boop, boop. There we go. Fine, Alva, so I have to go down.
The drowned city awaits.
But so I woke up, and at 3 p.m. I was playing Helldivers 2 with my brothers and my father as kind of a family video game get together.
Beyond how I recommend. Good luck.
Which was a lot of fun. I love playing with them, even if we have to do, because my dad doesn't have a Discord, so we have to actually do like the in-game chat, which sounds like crap. But, you know, the sacrifices we make.
I'm sure I'd prefer you this way.
And Helldivers 2 has been a lot of fun recently. I really do. I like the new enemy for the most part. I do think the flying fuckers, those goddamn flying shooty McShooties, have way too much health. I think that those need to be tuned down just a little bit, especially considering how much damage they do. Part of the problem is that I always wear light armor because I love running too much. But I swear, my HP just like vanishes a lot of the time in Helldivers 2 now against the Illuminate. Say, those guys shooting, the ground guys that like charge up the blasts and so forth. Those I don't mind too much because they don't hit super often. Whenever they get a lucky shot, it always hurts. It feels rough. I don't think that's anything too useful. Yeah, I don't care for that. I'd say my favorite though is the bugs. I do love fighting the bugs in Helldivers 2 the most. Just take a blitzer and just lightning arc everything to death, and it feels so good. It always makes me laugh when I'm playing Helldivers 2 with my friends, because every single time that we play together, I get the most kills every single mission. Every single time. And I always bring the same loadout for basically every single mission. Bring a nice 380 to blow up everything. I bring the laser guard dog, because laser guard dog is so nice. So good. I love the laser guard dog so much. It is yet to disappoint me. Even when it kills my friends, you know. At that point, it's their fault, though, really. They should dodge. Including myself. When the guard dog kills me, I should have just dodged. It's never the dog's fault. And then I bring a Quasar. And usually I bring either a mortar or an autocannon sentry. But you know, it's a lot of stuff that'll kill my friends for the most part. But, that's their problem, not mine. I get the most kills, and that's what matters. I do the objectives, and I get the most kills. Oh. And yet, my friends never learn, and they never bring guard dogs. They say, no, I don't want to kill my friends. I don't understand. What's a little bit of friendly murder between friends, after all? Ah, my throat. Ah. Stay hydrated. But no. Otherwise, it was fun. And not a whole lot else to talk about there, I guess. Aside from, like, I do really like the Illuminate, the fact that the drop-down ships are able to be destroyed before enemies reinforce. Which makes, like, the defense missions actually kind of fun. Because whenever we do the defense missions, one of our friends always brings, like, oh, I forget the name of it. But it's like a homing missile that you can fire at things. And he just spends the entire mission just shooting down the ships before they can spawn enemies. And it makes the missions so easy. It's so nice. So I like being able to like strategize like that. In Helldivers too. Or in any game really. But yeah. And then after Helldivers we played Dungeons and Dragons. Not with my family, but with friends and one of my brothers. One of my brothers is a part of that D&D group. We're going through Icewind Dale. No, not Icewind. Rime of the Frost Maiden, not Icewind. Well, I guess it's kind of Icewind Dale. But we're going through Rime of the Frost Maiden. Everyone's favorite adventure. Very cold. Very fun, and we're getting close to the end because we're in a Nether East city trying to solve puzzles, and the problem is that we're all really stupid. So every single puzzle we come to, we're stuck there for like 2 sessions trying to figure it out. Oh, didn't realize that they exploded. Right for on death effects. Like on Sunday, we encountered a puzzle in like a transmutation tower. We did not figure it out in several hours. We just stood there going, what? What does this mean? Why would you want a fountain that turns you to stone if you turn a key? What does any of it mean? And it's a problem. Doesn't help our characters are also just stupid in-game. So literally none of us have an intelligence stat because our wizards died really early on. And now they're a ranger and a bard. So the bard is our smartest character in-game. Our bard is not our smartest character out of game. Not that I have much room to talk. But she is not the sharpest light bulb in the crayon box, as they say. But, you know, we'll figure it out one of those days. But nothing too interesting happened that session. Aside from getting stuck on puzzles. D&D lately has been kind of chill. For the most part, especially with the holiday season, we haven't had too many sessions because everyone's been either busy or tired. Ow. I hate these on-death effects. Jesus Christ. Why do they have to have so many? Slightly, ever so slightly annoying. But, nah, I love D&D. I love old tabletop role-playing games, to be honest. Yeah, maybe I'll rant about those for a little bit. About some of the weird ones I've played. Because one of the friends in my Saturday group just loves trying out new systems. new systems that he finds, either ones that are being play tested or just ones he found online somewhere. Like Living Legends is one that we tried, which was a heck of a one-shot that we did, which also made me infamous in my friend group. I'm very happy they're still friends with me. But my poor friends. So in Living Legends, he was doing a Halloween one-shot type scenario. So it was going to be like a kind of spooky, that, you know, mystery, solving the mystery of a town with undead or something, you know, all that fun jazz. The problem is Living Legends is probably one of the worst systems to do a horror one-shot in. Because it is a system where you make living legends. So you are kind of overpowered and you are supposed to flavor every single ability to whatever you want, really. So the mechanics are the same, but it's flavored to be whatever you want, and all of the abilities are absurd. Like, one of our party members could run like 60 miles in 2 seconds, and he could go through all objects. Like, once or twice a day. But, like, that's the level of power we're dealing with here. I don't remember a whole lot of what the other guys could do, except, oh yeah, one of them had some ability where they could just metagame. Like, one of the abilities in Living Legends is just you and your entire party get to use all metagame knowledge for like 2 or 3 minutes. And he flavored it so that it's essentially like taking shrooms and getting so high you see reality tearing. Which is a heck of an ability to have for a horror one-shot, let me tell you. And he used it so that we could solve the mystery. But the reason why my friends, I don't want to say hated me, but they certainly weren't happy with me, understandably, is I created a character and I named them Battery Bird, which is one of the nicknames for Zapdos from Pokemon. Because I wanted to make a hero character that was like pure lightning based with like lightning wings and all this silly fun jazz. Not very strong, but very cool. I like lightning as an aesthetic. And what the heck was I doing here? Oh yeah, I was grabbing Recoup to see if that would actually give me some survivability. So like I came up with the idea for Battery Bird, like made the character and so forth. And then we got to the session and I was exhausted because I was doing something that day and I just got to the session just completely exhausted because we do it in person. And I sat down at the table and realized that I had not given a single ounce of thought as to the personality or role-playingness of my character. And this is where I made a mistake. Because we started basically immediately because I was a little bit late, I believe. And I did the first thing that came to my brain, which was, you're a lightning character, you're a Battery Bird. So you're going to be a super energetic, like super outgoing, friendly extrovert of a character. Bright light of sunshine. And I did that. And then a little bit into it, I realized, oh, this is a mistake because we're doing a like depressing horror one-shot. And I just made the most happy-go-lucky character in existence. But because I'm a theater kid, because of my training as a theater kid, my brain in its tired state went, stick to the bit. Just keep going. Don't break character. And God, they hated me. The DM was mad at me. The players were mad at me. They eventually came around. One of them tried to kill me in game. We're all very close friends. We're still playing together to this day, so they don't hate me or anything. But I was forbidden from ever making a character like Battery Bird again. I was forbidden from using the voice of Battery Bird again. And we are now forbidden from saying the name of it because it traumatizes people. Which is a heck of a statement to make with that, like, full context of what happened. Because it sounds like I really went overboard with it. I really didn't go that bad with it. Just a little fun. And the DM eventually came around and thought it was fun. Everyone, like, laughs and jokes about it now. But that's why I don't go hard on role-playing anymore. Because I got a little too in character on that time, and yeah, whoopsie boopsie. Oh well, it was a fun time. After the fact. I had fun during it. Oh, Battery Bird. Yeah. Living Legends was a fun system, though. I was very useless that session. I was just comedic stupidity. And that was one of my, like, kind of favorite systems that we've done. Probably the other weird system we did. Oh, this was one that actually ended badly. And that we're never going to touch again in a million years. It was called Shinobigami, I believe. Which is a system I'm sure nobody's ever heard of. God knows I had never heard of it. I've never heard of it. I played it. I still haven't heard a single thing about it. But, it's essentially a PvP role-playing system. More specialized to, like, one-shots. Because you're not really supposed to do campaigns with it. Because there's not really, like, levels or progression. Or if you play a character, it's more of a, like, tabletop game, really. But it is considered a tabletop role-playing system. But the reason why it was a problem is because it was PvP. And I love two members in our group. Love them a lot. But some people get a little serious about PvP style games. Get a little butthurt when things don't go their way entirely. You know, it be like that. I want to go to the Apex of Health? Yes. Okay. And the reason why this session went so badly was, how do I explain it? Essentially, it was, we had 3 teams. We had one team of 2, like, high schoolers that were essentially working together to take a relic to a certain place. And it's called Shinobigami. We're all ninjas. Everyone's ninjas with magic power. Just to get that out there. But so one team is taking a relic. Another team is like Team Rocket, and they're essentially trying to steal the relic for their organization. And they roleplayed as Team Rocket. So, you know. Also, they were lovers. Also, it was my 2 brothers. It was a very weird time. It was very awkward. And no, they did not choose to roleplay as lovers. I will explain why they got forced into that later. It's a very weird system. But and then the third team was one player who was kind of a, they did whatever they wanted. Like they were kind of a lone wolf type character. I believe that they were also trying to get the relic. And the way that the system panned out, the way that everything panned out was me, and I was a part of the team, one of the high schoolers that was transporting the relic. And the person who was the outlaw, who was the lone wolf, when they were creating their character, they took an ability that is, frankly, is super unbalanced. Extremely unbalanced. Because it's mind control. And it's he touches a character, and he can just mind control them. He can influence them to think or do and feel whatever he wants. And it was not balanced. Just frankly, it was just not balanced. Because he's the one that made the Team Rocket group. He beat them the hell up, convinced them, made them into a couple, and then made them not want the relic anymore, so he completely sidelined them and destroyed them, basically. And then he attempted to mind control us into giving him the relic at the very end of the game when he tried to betray us. But luckily, I believe because of some weird rule, like, loophole, he wasn't able to mind control me and take the relic for himself. But the main problem with that session is my brothers that play Team Rocket. It was not fun for them. Because they essentially got super beat up, got mind controlled, so they had to roleplay a certain way against their will, and then got sidelined completely. So they didn't really get to do much of anything worthwhile with their characters for the entire one shot that we did that. And we all agreed we're never playing that system again. And I also do not recommend playing that system. But it's one of the experiences of all time. Also, being a high school girl was weird. Like, I play female characters in games a lot. But being like a, 20, I think I was like 23 at the time. Being a 23-year-old guy trying to roleplay as a high school girl, it was weird. Not a fan. I forget if it was a preset character or not. It wasn't. I have some questions about myself back then.
When we first came to this place,
That would have been a weird decision to make. Oh well. So that was one of the weirdest systems I've ever ran. Probably the best system I've ever ran that wasn't Dungeons and Dragons, or the most fun I've had, was a system called Iron Heroes, which is a system that's kind of a conversion of Dungeons and Dragons 3.5, which 3.5 3.5 edition of Dungeons and Dragons is a nightmare, and I'm never touching it. I'm never touching 3.5. But Iron Heroes, though, that one's fun because it's essentially a system where you don't deal with magic. Hence the name Iron Heroes. Everyone's body is built like goddamn iron. And all the classes and so forth, except for like one or two, are just built around melee and all the cool things you can do with melee. Like one of the people in our group played, I think it was called an Armiger. And their entire class was focused on building up damage reduction. And whenever an enemy hit them with a weapon, if they weren't able to overcome the damage reduction of that character's armor and so forth, their weapon would break. So they were like the ultimate damage reduction tank. And it was amazing. Another was a assassin who Like, the longer that they stared at an opponent, the more bonuses they got to, like, attack them and so forth. Kind of a standard assassin, you know, rogue type. But a pretty nice one. He had fun with that. And it was like a mini campaign that we did, because it was through a module for Iron Heroes. And I ended up running 2 characters, because I ended up not liking my first character. Because back then, I really liked playing skill monkey type characters. The problem with Iron Heroes is it has a skill monkey type character. I believe it's the Bard. The problem is the skill monkey type character in Iron Heroes gets 0 combat abilities. Like, literally 0. It is kind of disgusting. 1 second. Yep. Clicked the wrong thing outside of my screen. But, didn't break anything, did I? No. Okay. But literally 0 combat potential in Iron Heroes for the Bard. The upside, because he has 0 combat potential, is that his skills are legitimately ludicrous. Like, goddamn, at level 1, I had a plus 22 to, like, forging contracts, and persuasion, and performance, I believe. I also had a secret identity as a part of the class, which I believe the secret identity also got its own, like, stat skills and so forth. I don't know, that part kind of confused me a bit, but I ended up making my second identity Burt Reynolds Esquire because I thought it was funny. And I made them our party's lawyer. So I handled all negotiations for our party. And it's like, you get all these cool skills, but the only thing you can really do during combat is I could sing a tune and give my allies like a +2 to attack rolls, as long as I was like whistling. Yippee! Woo! It's disgusting. Almost as disgusting as this person. Oh. Ah, sorry, my throat. 1 second. I had to cough a little bit. But, yeah, I eventually retired that character because it was just boring because we were doing a lot of combat and there wasn't a whole lot of things to do with my skills, and I felt like really kind of left out, so I just retired the character. And they actually became they became our NPC lawyer for our party, which weirdly became useful later, but that's beside the point. Oh, I did accomplish one fun thing where I did a performance check with my character, and I believe it was a total of a 42 with a couple bonuses, which in Iron Heroes was, according to the skill description of when you do it, I performed so good that a deity took notice of me. Which is a crazy thing to do at level 1. You know, that says, I think, a little bit about the skill or the level progression of that system. Granted, 3.5 in general is just craziness. But the second character I made, I did have so much fun with, because the second character I made was a crit fisher, which isn't really something you can make. Oops, went a little bit too far. In 5e, in 5th edition D&D, because in 3.5, like, weapons have different, like, crit dice. So I made my character like a weapon specialist of the scythe, because the scythe does like, I think it was like 2d4 damage normally, but has like a ×4 crit multiplier. So when you crit, you get like 8d4, which is amazing. But also because of Iron Heroes, you can like choose to take penalties to your to hit bonus and your defense to increase your damage. So at level 1, again, this is all level 1, I believe. Whenever I managed to crit, and I had all of my negatives to like to hit and so forth active, I did a minimum of 96 damage before dice were rolled. So if I crit, I could one-shot anything. It was beautiful. I love that character. I one-shot a Hydra. That was great. I accidentally one-shot a guy in a sparring match. Felt really bad for that guy. But I love scythes. I love the aesthetic of scythes. I know they're super impractical as weapons, but they're so cool. And that was one of my favorite characters I ever made. Was my crit fishing character. I became a leader of a gang because I crit that one guy, I believe. I crit him so hard he died, and then the game let me take control of them. Rest in peace, that guy. Sometimes you just accidentally deal too much damage. What? No. Okay. Yeah, who needs you?
Fungus for one day.
Where is the witch doctor? Where is the witch lady? Huh. But no, the story of the Iron Heroes campaign was I kind of forget the story exactly, mostly because I was having trouble paying attention to it at the beginning. But I know that like there was like a tower that we had to explore that was like partially underwater, and kill a bunch of Sahagin because classic Sahagin are everywhere. And we ended up poisoning the city council at the end and blackmailing them to sign us over full control of the town to get the antidote. We were very nice people, you know? Granted, they were also evil. They were... Okay, I honestly forget exactly what they were doing that was evil, but I'm sure that they were evil. 100%. I'm confident. No, wait, no, I can't go that way. I'm stupid. Also starting to lose my throat a little bit. Oh well. That's what I get for not streaming for 3 days. I need to stream more often so that I can strengthen my vocal cords, which is the main purpose of my streaming. On a slight side tangent, I'm not sure I've ever actually mentioned like the main reason that I'm streaming. So obviously, I'm streaming because I'm bored. Because I'm playing video games, you know, at 1 a.m. anyway, after work. So why not stream it? Make some friends, play with people, you know. Maybe I can find people to play, you know, I don't know, Stren Nova or Valorant with. That would be nice. No, my voice is actually like really starting to go. How long have I even been streaming for? An hour? God damn, my voice is weak. Oh well, that's what I get for talking for an hour straight.
Everything you need.
Give me the item.
Thank you, sister. I accept this gift.
Ooh, superior. But I'm streaming to strengthen my vocal cords because I want to try and get into let me press the button. I want to try and get into doing like voice work and stuff. I'm not entirely sure if I have like, you know, the best voice for it and whatnot. I might as well try. Doesn't hurt to try.
How can I?
Even if trying is honestly the hardest thing to do. Or getting started is the hardest thing to do.
Bond for their queen.
I want to do it anyway.
Catch your eye.
No, I don't really care for hammer.
It's idea.
I'm not playing melee anytime soon. Don't really care. Don't really care.
Bye-bye.
What you got for me, Oswald? Nothing? Cool.
Some
Anything
odds
else?
and ends we found in the jungle.
Oh wait, can I break down my magic? No. Damn.
Hey?
Is it better than what I currently have? Yeah. Yeah, that's far better. Can add another magic effect to this. God knows I have the currency. Oh, okay. I'll actually take that.
Welcome. Take your time.
What happens if I disenchant it? What happens if I result?
My tribe could use that.
Fucking jack shit. I'll just disenchant it. Yeah, it's fine. Anything I can level up? Okay. Blah 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 blah. And I will throw you with my other necklace. Blah 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 blah. There we go. All's well. That ends well, I suppose. 1 second. Okay. All good. Huh. Now what the hell was I doing? I can play the Apex of Filth. Yeah, I want to get into like some voice work and so forth. My throat is saying, yeah. So back to the Drowned City. Maybe do ASMR one day. Although I am kind of concerned about doing that, considering how YouTube has been dealing with now the map reset. Great. Oh well. Considering how YouTube has been dealing with ASMR channels lately, I don't really want to get into that. Maybe on other sites. But that's also a long time down the road. I'm still getting used to just streaming normally. I've never even collabed yet. But, you know, small steps, as they say. I just sent out my first tweets today. Or my first tweet. Ooh. Yeah. Slowly but surely. It's the small things that really matter. I also want to, like, I don't know, maybe get into singing. I have literally zero musical experience, but how the hell do I? I'm surprised that Monomo didn't get you. And 4. Yeah, I don't care if I died. I'm looking and seeing how this works. How do I ban someone? Oh no. What the hell? Why can I not do anything? Ah, there we go. I was clicking the wrong thing. That makes sense. I don't want viewers. Fuck off. Well, I don't want to buy viewers. Alright, well, figured that out. I need to set up Automa to get rid of the best viewer shit. Nobody wants that in their channel. No, well, I'll do that another time. Oh, say, I'm surprised Automa didn't get it, because I have it enabled. No, well. Anyway. But yeah, I've never gone into music or anything like that, so I don't know about singing, but it could be something that would be fun, I think. Never hurts to try. It's just hard to get into. Or hard to, you know, it's hard to try. But it never hurts. Now, you know, I guess it depends on what it is. Anyway, now my mind is a little sidetracked. Oh well. Where's my brain going right now? I wish my brain would tell me where the train of my own thought is going. Apparently it's going nowhere, and fast. But no. Yeah, I guess I'll just talk about how I got inspired to VTube, and to stream in general. I think that's a pretty, you know, that's something to talk about at the very least. So, I originally got started. Actually, I kind of want to check my audio level and see if it's fine. Okay, I think it's probably fine. Yeah, well, just got a little curious about it there. Because I think I upped my volume since my last stream, but... Anyway. Sidetracks aside. ADHD go burr. I originally started thinking about streaming because I was in a voice call with some friends of mine, and I think we were playing like Final Fantasy XIV at the time, because they're big Final Fantasy XIV fans, and I did like a very low, like, oh my kind of voice. I don't think I can do it right now, nor do I really think that I want to, because I find it embarrassing now. But when I did that, they got very happy about my low voice, and gave me a lot of very flattering compliments that I'm not going to repeat because I don't feel like I can't repeat them on stream. Love them to death, but oh my, it was a little graphic. But, you know, it was very flattering. I was like, oh, you know, maybe I could, if I get this kind of reaction, maybe I should try doing some kind of like voice stuff. But it was just kind of like a thought in the back of my brain for a while, until like a couple months later, I was on stream playing Final Fantasy XIV with a friend of mine, on their stream. They're a full-time streamer. And I got a lot of compliments from his community on my voice. And his community is very... How do I put this? It's very LGBT friendly. So I got a lot of very flattering remarks from a couple gay guys. And I love them dearly. They tried to slide into my DMs too. Love them both, but I don't swing that way. Regrettably. My life would maybe be slightly easier. Yeah, that's a weird way of looking at it. Forget I said anything there. But, you know, I got more compliments doing that. And I was like, huh, you know, once is flattering, twice is, you know, maybe I actually do have a nice voice. So, they gave me the nickname of Mr. Sexy Voice Man. Which, I'm not sure if this microphone gives me the sexy voice properties, but I hope that it still comes across. Or if maybe I've just aged out of it because it's been like 3 or 4 years since then. Okay, I'm not sure it's been 3 or 4 years, but it's been a while. But, So like that kind of put the whole like streaming thing into my head. Like, okay, I can probably try doing ASMR or, you know, streaming and so forth. Or I want to do like ASMR and voice acting, specifically more like voice acting. For like anime and video games and so forth, like Matthew Mercer, because I'm also a big fan of Critical Role. So I wanted to like, you know, kind of be like them because they're all such cool people. You know, love or hate the campaigns, they're cool people. But, you know, I wanted to be like that. But my vocal cords, because I don't talk in my day-to-day really. I have an office job now that doesn't require me to talk to a whole lot of people, which I'm very grateful for. Going from fast food to an office job, like, so nice. I love my office job. But oh no, my brain's going kaput. I hate it when you can like just feel the thoughts escaping you and your train of thought just derailing slowly and you can't do anything about it. But anyway, thoughts. Voice acting. Yes. So I wanted to try streaming and so forth, but I didn't really know how to get into voice acting. Or, sorry, I wanted to get into voice acting first. First and foremost, I wanted to get into voice acting. So I did a lot of like research in Google and trying to figure out how do you get into voice acting? All of this stuff, and I got extremely overwhelmed. Very, very overwhelmed with all of the resources and finagling and figuring out audio, which audio is my nightmare. I hate audio settings. Like, and then I went through the trouble of buying a microphone that seemed good for streaming. Like a... God damn it, I forgot the name of it. It's across the way, but I can't see it from here.
I suppose it could be worth a look.
Yeah, but throw it. But I bought a whole microphone and to record with so I can make like a demo reel or something or submit to like doing audiobooks for free to try and like put myself out there. But then I realized that my voice was absolute dog shit. In that I have very little, or I don't have a whole lot of control, as much control as I would like with my voice, so I can't do a whole lot of different voices because I don't exercise my vocal cords. I don't do vocal exercises or anything like that. And so I was like, well, you know, if I need to exercise my voice, I think a fun way to do that would just be to stream. You know, I could just stream playing video games and just talk incessantly. Yeah, incessantly. For many hours. Make people hate my voice. For, you know, a long time. And that'll, you know, strengthen my voice and it'll all work out. And so then I was like, okay, well, how do I stream? And my immediate thought was, well, I'll stream normally. And then I was like, wait a second. If I stream normally, it's like, I need to get a good webcam. Or I need to get a webcam. Don't necessarily need a good one to start out with, but you know. I am a bit of a perfectionist. It's a bit of a problem. The reason why my setup is as good as it is right now, I put like a week and a half of effort. Not like a week and a half worth of hours, but like I spent a week and a half of my life figuring out everything for streaming and getting everything working. Way more effort than I really needed to. But when it comes to like, you know, streaming as a flash tuber, I was like, well, I have to like make myself look nice, or try to. I'm also just, I don't like seeing myself. I'm not a very photogenic person. Like, I'm confident in my looks for the most part. Although I did show a picture of myself on a VTuber stream for like a femboy contest. And well, I did win the fanboy contest. That was exciting. But I showed like some normal pictures of me, not as a fanboy, and I immediately got called it has been called. And the thing is, they're not wrong. It was in the back of my mind, but if I streamed as a flesh tuber, I would have marketed myself as just a discount Asmongold that takes care of himself more. Which I'm proud of all the progress that he's making now with taking care of himself and like exercising and so forth. But like being compared to, you know, being compared to him, I'm just like, yeah, that's okay. Not really the look I want to go for. You know, nothing against Asmongold. I like the guy. Can't really say I love the guy, but I like him. You know, I don't agree with quite a bit of what he says, but I do respect him for the most part. Yeah, that was a very fence-sitter type situation. Yeah, whatever. He's fine. I kind of like him. I like his videos for the most part, except for the political ones. I tend to avoid those just because I don't want to deal with that shit. I just want to play games. I just want to have fun with my life. And that's all complicated and drama. But anyway, sidetrack aside. So I was like, I'll have to take care of myself. And also, streaming as a flesh tuber, like I have to make a decent backdrop. Because very few people want to watch a stream where like the backdrop is just like is bad. You know? Because if you look like when Asmongold streams, for example, I think he has like a great backdrop. Because it's cozy. He has a cozy backdrop. So when you are like looking at him, your eyes can relax. Because it looks nice. And I think, and like, you can tell that across like a bunch of different streamers. Like they have kind of a darker or like nice calm colored background. Not a whole lot of them have sharp colors like white or anything. And the problem with my apartment room, it's very white. The walls are white, and also my bed is behind me, which isn't a problem too much, except that I can't decorate because the bed takes up all the space behind me and to the wall because I live in a small apartment room. I like my apartment, but it's a small apartment room. So the thought of like trying to figure out how to make it all look appealing and nice was just like, oh dear God, how do I do this? How do I accomplish all this? Posture. Shit. Eating myself. And drinking some water because my throat hurts again. Blah. But so, like, whenever I was thinking about streaming as a flesh tuber, I kept thinking of like problems, trying to figure out how to solve it. And it just felt like a lot of work that I just didn't know what to do with. Didn't really have a whole lot of answers for those problems. Until a couple months ago, back in October, I got heavily inspired, majorly inspired. It's not terrible. Nah. What was my current one? Problem is my current one is just so nice. I mean, I can at least see. Nope. No. Just now. No, Lost Jeweler's Orb, actually. I didn't realize that I picked that up. As you can see, my mind is focusing really hard on this game. God, almost all of my gems are already doing good. What else do I even want to upgrade? Flame Wall, probably? It's nice as it. Well, I do really like Ember Foolacid. Yeah, I'll do it on Ember Foolacid. Why not? It's been an amazing spell for me so far. A fork. What does that even mean? 40% chance to fire 8 additional? Nah. Honestly, just increasing the level by 1's not a terrible idea. Searing Flame. Increase ignite damage. Does this thing even ignite? Embers deal 5% for each. Cover. Doesn't seem like it. Increased. Immolates. Support skills that inflict fire exposure. Nah, that's not very useful. Immolate though does sound pretty nice. Because that's just more damage. Can I? I cannot have a strength gem. This is why I double check. Yeah, I'll just put on Fire Mastery. Give it that +1. So it has +3 now, which is not terrible. Say, 981 is not terrible. At all, I think. Yeah, I need to throw the rest of my gems back. That's not a gem. You go there. Okay. Anyway, as I was saying, I got heavily inspired to become a VTuber a couple months ago by a VTuber named Micah Mallow. Because I knew of Micah Mallow for like quite a while, and I did really like her. Or I do really like her. But the way that I found her was actually circling back. I technically found her kind of through Asmongold. As weird of a trajectory as that is. Because Asmongold, if you don't know, has a VTuber daughter named Cassie. And I love Cassie. Cassie is adorable and precious and funny, and I love her to death. And Asmongold found her by accident, and the community adopted her. And the community is also a part of me, so I also adopted her. And I've been in her community ever since then. And I love her. And a while back, I forget exactly how long, I think it was this year, 2024. But Cassie was a part of a concert. A VTuber concert ran by the VTuber Nyanya Banyanya. If I'm saying the name correctly, otherwise I apologize. She's been getting a lot of popularity lately. But she was running a concert and Cassie was in it. And I was like, oh, perfect. I want to support Cassie, so I'll watch the concert. And, you know, started watching the concert, and I noticed the majority of the concert was Nyanya and Micah Mallow singing together. And I was like, huh, okay. So these are like the two, like, you know, best friends running a concert together, getting other people to join in with them, you know, all that fun jazz, you know, fun time. And so because of that, I started following and watching Nyanya and Micah to see what they were like. And when I watched Micah stream, I got the sense that the streams were very like kind of chill and nice, and I was like, oh, this is my kind of stream. This is a nice stream. So, you know, I kind of went and just lurked in that place late at night, or whenever like she streamed, which I think is mostly during when I'm working at night, which is my favorite kind of stream, is one I get to watch when I'm working. And then I also watched Nyanya Banyanya quite a bit. And she's not too important to what I'm talking about right now, though. But later on down the line, like a couple months later, in October, I went to a convention center. And specifically, I got dragged to a convention center because my friends, well, I kind of go every year with my friends because they want to go. And also, I just kind of like going because it's, you know, it's a convention. It's nice to get out of the house every once in a while. But this year, I went as a staff member. So I was staff for a convention. You know, exciting, woo. at work. Luckily, I got away with just doing physical labor. But because I set my schedule, like, for being at the convention, I just did physical labor. So I was able to just walk around the convention, like, all 3 days and just kind of do whatever I wanted for the most part, and it was great. But on Friday of the convention, so the first day, when I was walking around, I noticed that there was a tall man dressed up in a spy outfit, carrying a tablet with a couple VTubers on it. And I was walking with my friend somewhere, like back upstairs or something. And I saw this as I'm walking by, and I'm just like, oh, cool, there's VTubers here. Like, I've never seen that before at this convention. Like, that's exciting. And then, like, I focused a little bit on, like, who they were. Or, like, I looked closer. Like, I focused. My eyes narrowed. And I very quickly noticed that one of the VTubers had a color scheme and model that looked very familiar to me. And as you can guess, that was Micah Mallow was there. One of the weirdest coincidences of my life. That I'm just walking by and I see a streamer, a VTuber that I happen to know, at a convention in the middle of the Midwest. Just a random ass convention in frickin' Iowa. I'll say where it is, it doesn't really matter. In the middle, just in the middle of the goddamn Midwest. It's so weird. And so, like, you know, I walk back to where I was going with my friend, and I'm like, huh, I wonder if that was actually like Micah Mallow. So I go onto my Twitter, and I see that she had tweeted, it's like, yeah, I'm at the so-and-so convention. With a couple of friends walking around, and I'm like, what the hell? Really? I gotta go say hi. I was like, this is cool. This will be my first time on, like, you know, a VTuber stream. That'll be fun. So I go down, and when I get down there, like, I very quickly find, because he was standing in, like, almost the same spot as when I first saw him with the VTubers. And one second, I'm gonna focus up a little bit. Pop it up. Ow. So, when I got down there, I very quickly found him, but he was, like, on the tablet, like, doing some, like, technical support for the stream. So I was kind of awkwardly, like, sitting in the back, like, on my phone, waiting for him to be done so I could walk up. And I was trying to, like, not be awkward about it or anything. And eventually he finished up. And, you know, I walked up and I was like, oh, is that, you know, Micah Mallow? And he's like, oh, yeah, it is. And so, like, I said my highs and so forth. And, you know, walked away. Very nice, casual interaction. Didn't want to overstay my welcome. Didn't want to be weird or cringe on stream. As you do. Yeah, very quick hi and bye. So I finish up and then I, you know, go back to just walking around. And normally, like, this is where you think, like, the end of the story or whatever is like, oh, you know, had a fun stream attraction, yay. Everyone's happy. And then I start walking around. And I start making my way, like, you know, back and forth, because I don't have any particular direction. I'm just looking at cosplays as I'm walking around, because people are so talented with cosplays. And as I'm walking back, the guy, I walk past the guy with Micah Mallow and so forth, and he actually, like, calls me over and is like, hey, we were wondering, like, what your username is, and so forth. And at this point, my mind goes, what? Wait. Why do you want to know my... Like, I don't want to say my user... Part of me doesn't want to say my username because I'm a lurker. She's not going to know who I am. It's just going to be an awkward, like, oh, I'm so-and-so. And she's going to be like, oh, I don't really know you, but I'm glad that you're, like, a watcher or whatever. You know, but an awkward interaction. That's what I was expecting. And whatnot. Also, I still need to switch to having a shield instead of using my wand.
I like it.
Now that I remember. Not too worried about it right now, but instead I like say like, oh, I'm Elser, and you know, I'm just a bit of a lurker. But when she heard my username, she screamed, "I know you" at me. Which took me super by surprise. And apparently, yeah, she actually recognized my username, which was like really nice, and we talked a bit more. And apparently, like, she was just super excited to have someone like recognize her at a convention, and it was genuinely like one of the like happiest experiences of my life. Making someone that happy just by, you know, watching them made me really happy. But because of that, I kind of got really inspired to become a VTuber. Because I remembered kind of like Micah's talking about her like her story and so forth, and her persistence in being a VTuber and why she started doing it and so forth. And I was just like, you know what? I want to be a VTuber too. Like,
Until next time.
I want to be like that.
Something of immense
I want to be a part of this community and try and make people smile too.
promise it.
You know, voice acting and so forth is like my main goal, but if I can make people smile and give people even just a chill place to relax, like, I'm not planning on being, you know, Chibi Doki, the funniest VTuber or anything. I'm not planning on, you know, being insanely cool. But if I can just make a chill place for people to relax, listen to my voice and whatever game I'm playing, I consider that to be worth it. That's something worth doing. That's something worth pushing through all of my tremendous amounts of anxiety for. And oh man, is there a lot of anxiety. Granted, it's luckily I am a bit of a theater kid, so being on stage doesn't give me a whole lot of anxiety. It's the before I'm on stage that gives me a ton of anxiety. Because that's when you think. When I'm on stream, I'm not thinking. I'm just doing. I'm saying whatever's coming into my goddamn head, no matter how stupid it is, no matter how uninteresting it is. Because I just want for there to be something. You know, I can worry about making it interesting later. Which I need to stop saying that I'll just do stuff later. But you know, improvement doesn't come overnight, especially when this is my first week of streaming. Yeah, I'll get there. But I do want to be a part of the VTuber community at large. I love VTubers in general, and I'm really grateful that to Micah for inspiring me to finally go through with it and actually like get everything set up and so forth. It's kind of hard to explain, like, you know, how I'm exactly inspired by it, but because I'm not sure I did a great job with my story on how I got inspired, but I hope that it came across. You know, it's just seeing amazing people working really hard to accomplish their dreams. You know, it inspires me, which I think inspires most people. It's kind of a, you know, seeing people put in a lot of work is just really cool. Can be demoralizing. Seeing, you know, comparing yourself to them, that's always a problem. But no. So yeah, that was kind of the story of how I got inspired and where I kind of want to go. I want to try getting some voice acting roles and so forth later. I'm sweating a little bit. Blah. Must be the sun over here. Or it's because I'm just telling a personal story. Probably the personal story part. I don't think there's anything optional here I have to worry about. Yeah, I'm gonna... Just gonna lower my volume just a little bit. My mic output volume. And see if maybe that's a little bit better. I need to stop messing with my volume controls. I also need to take off my jacket. So I'm actually starting to sweat.
Obey me.
Oh. There we go. Ugh. Sadly, I am not comfortable when I'm not wearing clothes. I have to wear clothes, otherwise I feel very uncomfortable. I need jeans and a t-shirt. And I know that that's heresy to some people. Ow. Burn. Burn. Well. Anyway. Can't get enough. Anyway. Keep saying anyway. That's a problem. Oh, I never even... You ever have ideas and you're like, oh, I need to do that. And then you just completely forget and then randomly comes back to you? Because I was thinking about having a saying for the intro stream, which I was mostly inspired by like Fuumoko's intro, which, God, they have a killer intro line. It's... Fuumoko's so adorable. I love them so much. Oh, nice. Will not grant me additional ascendancy. What's the point? Hate this game. Game's rigged. But I had an idea for doing an intro kind of thing. Ugh. Like, hey yo everybody, but that just sounds fucking cheesy as shit. I need to workshop that a lot. Because like I'm a bunny VTuber, I was thinking like every bunny, even if it sounds kind of stupid, like it's a little fun, little, you know, little silly. No, I'm not a super serious person. Ow, ow, ow. So much pain. So much pain. Be like, stop, please. If you like that, that'd be great. Thanks, pal. Oh, look at all these exalteds I'm getting. Great for being a lucky son of a hoe. Ah. What the hell was I talking about? Yeah, it's not that important. Now there's the stairs.
My flesh burns.
Blah blah. I want to get to maps.
O great Copic, let the sun curl your flesh.
What are you guys? No, it's not terrible.
The heat radiates.
I don't have any survivability, but I do have DPS. That's really all that matters. Why did I dodge this way? That's a terrible idea. Is this only a phase 1? I forgot. Nah. Cool.
Val ingenuity never ceases to.
Investigate.
These runes, I can make up symbols for blood and offering. Wait,
Yeah,
no,
anything good here?
it's not a blood offering. It's
No.
someone
No!
of Val blood.
I don't need it, but I want it. God damn it. Oh, I don't want to have to go. I don't want to ride the elevator.
Truly something.
Ah,
It's opening.
that's unfortunate.
Goodness me.
Oh well, we try our best. Can't get everything.
We're back in the encampment? I can't believe it. We were right on.
Thank you. Nah, not very good. Don't really care. Don't really care.
How incredible.
Why did I pick you up? Stash. Wee wee. Get rid of, get rid of, get rid of. Save. Yeah, none of these gonna be useful to me. I am not doing that for fun. I hate the trial of chaos.
Are these living Var? In the flesh? Hello! My name is Alva Valai. It was I who... No, don't run away! Oh, I think they pose a threat. Let's go after them.
Of course we pose a threat. We're gonna kill all of them. Gonna be great. I got so much XP.
Just look at that view. Oh, to see this city in its prime.
Oofda.
This is a dream come true.
Yeah, it's very pretty, I'm sure. Need some water. Oh, yeah. I need to workshop that intro saying. I think that would help a lot.
Touch me. I was hoping to avoid conflict.
Yeah, I wonder what that cutscene's actually supposed to play like. Yeah, one of these days. We'll figure it out. No, well, I'm not too worried about it. Oh god, the gas clouds. No. I hate the gas clouds. Let's see, what other story? What other thing was I thinking of? Trying to remember, but I can't. Yeah. God damn it. I had a story prepped. I totally forgot what it was. It was a cool story. Alright, give me a second. I need to contemplate. I need to try and focus my brain onto something that I actually want to talk about. It also just might be late for me. Almost 3 a.m. for me already. It's almost 3 a.m. It's almost been 2 hours. Jesus. Time flies when you're spouting out nonsense nonstop, I guess. Oh, I love late night. Oh yeah. Merry Christmas Eve, everyone. Oh. It do be the holidays. Which I hope everyone has a good holiday season. Why are there ropes tied to me? There? Okay, they're tied to corpses. I'm not gonna worry about it. But I have some... Say, I have family stuff tomorrow. I'll try and stream at night, but we'll see. My parents kind of want me to sleep over at their house, so that we can wake up and have like a family Christmas morning like we used to. Yeah, it's like, I respect it. Like, I'm not against it, really. It's just, I really like my bed. And sleeping on their couch or guest bed or whatever, it's just like, eh. Like, do I really want to? Also, I can't stream them. Granted, we'll see if I'm too exhausted to stream or not. You know, spending a day with family is just, I love them, but it's always exhausting spending time with people. People are tiring. Especially when you're an introvert. Did I? Now that I think about it, I don't think I actually turned off my heater when I started streaming, so I hope that that wasn't annoying. It was probably fine. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. What's done is done. God, I keep, speaking of like, you know, having stuff, audio stuff happen, I keep seeing Twitter posts, because my main, like, now my Twitter is just like 90% of VTuber stuff, and like just VTuber tweets. I keep seeing VTubers from, talking about how like their very first stream, like, or how they did a stream when they were like fully muted the entire stream and they didn't realize, or their audio was like scuffed the entire time and no one told them, which is a fear of mine, I'll be honest. Like, I'm afraid that my voice is terrible right now and no one's telling me. Which, honestly, I just need to get one of my friends to listen and tell me. Which, I mean, they told me that my audio's fine, but I'm always concerned. I did really want to, oh yeah, I saw, I think it was like Miori Celesta, if I remember the VTuber name correctly, had put out like a tweet saying that she would like help people with their audio setups for like $30, like help them get everything good and so on and so forth. And, you know, just message her on Twitter or on Discord and so forth to get it all set up. I was like, that sounds so nice. And like, I really want that. I'm willing to pay $30 for like someone to, for a stranger to help me figure out my audio stuff. Because I'm too nervous to ask anyone I actually know. And then I ran into the classic problem of my anxiety got the better of me. This isn't going to let me. What's the point?
Obey me.
What's the point of these things if I don't get anything from them? Oh well. But, you know, so she was like, you know, messaged me on Discord and so forth, and my anxiety got the better of me because when I went through the process of trying to figure out how to message someone on Discord, I was like, oh, I have to like join their Discord, basically, to send them a message without sending them just a straight friend request. Because I don't want to send a stranger just a friend request. But so I joined her like Discord and everything, and I found out, oh, she's actually a pretty big VTuber. She's like, you know, 500,000 subs on YouTube. You know, she's a pretty big size. And I know size like isn't like really important or anything. Like numbers are blah. Like I have my viewer count turned off because I don't want to see my numbers because I don't really care. I just want to stream. But when I saw that, I did get really intimidated and was like, I don't want to bother a big streamer. Like, I'm sure she's like super busy and has like tons of people wanting to like get help from her that probably need help like better than me or need help more than me. So I don't want to bother. And so like I'm still in the process of trying to convince myself to do it. Which I am making progress. I am making progress on the anxiety front of messaging people. Because today, I sent out my very first tweets. I know. Out of the, like over a decade that I've been on Twitter, I finally sent my very first tweets tonight. I sent a go live. Why am I getting so many of these? I know it's Act 3, but come on. Oy vey. But I sent out my very first tweets. I sent out a go live tweet, which I'm very excited about. I got a like on it. I don't know why I got a like on it, but I'm glad someone liked it. Like they're showing their support, and that makes me really happy. I try to like all of the posts I see from people that I follow, so. Which is why my likes is absolutely cluttered and I can't find anything actually nice in my likes. or I don't know, entertaining. But you know, I like supporting people. I love my VTubers. I love my people. But and then the other tweet I sent out was actually a kind of a Hail Mary tweet. If I'm being perfectly honest, I really don't expect to get a message, especially considering how late. But a streamer sent out a message to see if other VTubers were interested in a Pal World server. And I really loved Pal World. I played it when it first came out. Haven't played it since. But I was like, oh, I'd love to play Pal World again. Like, that would be a lot of fun. And like, if I could stream it, that would be dope. It's like, I don't really want to stream it by myself. Because as much as I love Pal World, I don't want to be just... I don't really want to go through the game alone. I don't really care too much for doing like open world, like base building, crafting stuff alone. I like doing it when there's other players that I can like show off my base to and like also work together with. You know, all that fun jazz. So I was like, oh yeah, I'll send it a try. And also I see like a couple of VTubers that I follow are wanting to join in. So, you know, figured I'd send a Hail Mary. You know, I've been streaming for a week. I know basically no one except for 2 of the VTubers that are, you know, also were interested. Because I'm in their community. It's not that we're friends or anything. But I was like, you know, I'll try it. Worst case, you know, nothing, I don't get a message. Terrible. I know. Never hurts to try, though. Besides, it could be a lot of fun. I'd love to play Power World again. So, I've been trying to... Or I have a lot of ideas for different games to stream. But... I've mostly just been sticking to POE 2 because I really want to get to maps first before I move on to other stuff. I want to get to maps. I don't even want to get super far into maps. I just want to get to maps. I want to get to the end game. And then after that, I want to play Final Fantasy XIV. Because I have yet to do the 7.1 story and anything in 7.1. I need to do the story for 7.1. I did do the Beast Tribe for 7.1 because I've been using that to level up a couple jobs. But I want to get to custom deliveries in 7.1, which I've already missed the first week now. Oh well, now I'll live. I do want to get the achievement for, or the title for it, because I have the titles for every other custom delivery. But that's a ways down the line. But I want to do the Alliance raid. I want to level up jobs on stream. You know, do just leveling roulettes and so forth. Nothing too major. Oh, man. Want to do that. And yeah, so that's what I'm going to do next is Final Fantasy XIV. And then some other ideas that I had was playing a game series that I love, but not a lot of people... It's kind of a niche cult classic game called Dot Hack. Like, it's a game I think a fair number of people know, but not a whole lot of people have really played. I played Dot Hack GU, the second trilogy, and I really want to play the first Dot Hack games on stream because I've never played them before. So I would love to play them. And then after that, play the Dot Hack GU games on Steam with Last Recode. Because I love GU so much. Few things are better than listening to the voice actors of Sasuke and Ichigo yell at each other as they fight.
Rampage ends here.
And also with Last Recode, they added a bunch of... Which one are you activating the gate? Sorry, got distracted by the cutscene.
Why, that was me, of course.
No, Alva, don't do
I
it.
am Alva Valai, treasure hunter extraordinary.
Take her! Bring her to Doriani. As for you, I will pay back every drop of Val blood you have spilled.
Ah, blah. But anyway. But yeah, I love what they did with last recode. .xjs. .hack GU last recode. The mouthful. But they added like special cutscenes that you unlock. That's oopsie poopsie. Meh. Oh. Yeah, well, that's fine. That takes several cutscenes from the game. Oh, come on. Twice in a row? Oh. Oh. Okay, that was terrible of me. But I survived. That's what matters. Oh, Exalted and a Chaos. I'm getting great luck on Exalteds today.
It's about time.
Getting so many of them. But yeah, in last recode they added a special mode where they changed the voice acting or the voice lines of several cutscenes. Like they got the original voice actors like a decade later to re-record cutscenes from the game and add like the stupidest lines to them. Like having the main character who's a complete edgelord speak in like actual typing lingo. Like the girl is trying to have like a serious conversation and he's just going like LMAO, LOL, LOL, LOL as she's speaking. It's just like listening to Sasuke just saying like LMAO, LOL over and over during a serious cutscene. It's so good. I want that on stream so badly. I also just like want to try and make it like maybe a sub alert or something. Try and get like a sound bite of it. And try and make it like some custom stuff. Because God, I love that game so much. It's not a super serious game, but it's so funny. The story's good too. I do like the story of it for the most part. Also very long though, very long story because it's spread over 3 games. It's one of those olden games, you know, or split over 3 discs. And each one is a whole game by itself. So much content. So much content. And every single disc has like a secret boss. So much jazz. And that's also one of the reasons why I want to play the original trilogies, because I have no idea what the original trilogy has. Because I've never played it before. Because it's a little hard to get. Oh yeah, I didn't find the Chaos statue. But you know, I'm sure that I know a way to stream it completely legally and fine. Perfectly fine. Yeah, so that was another game series that I was thinking about streaming. It's a bit more niche, so I don't expect like, you know, I'm just streaming for fun. I don't think that what I come up with will get a lot of viewers, because that's not really what I'm aiming for. Like, the other series I kind of wanted to try was actually play through, like, Chrono Trigger. That was actually one. Or Chrono Cross. One of the two. Or maybe both. Because I never actually played it, but it's one of those, like, classic RPGs. One of the best RPGs of all time kind of thing. So that would be a fun game to also stream. Like, I want to do that. And then I also want to play... It's called God Eater 3 specifically. I don't think I would want to play 1 or 2. But it's basically anime Monster Hunter. And I remember trying to play it years and years ago and bouncing off of it super hard because I didn't like Monster Hunter back then. But I really wanted to try God Eater because I think I watched like 1 anime episode and it had a really hot girl in it. I'm a simple man. I see hot girl, I buy game. Put anime booba, I'm there. But that's a game that I would also want to try and like actually play through and see what's up. Because also the soundtrack's really good. At least like from the bit that I've gone on Spotify, or that I've listened to on Spotify, the soundtrack to God Eater is like really good, and I want to try it for sure. Oop, another Glorious Idol. Why do I pick these up? They're like goddamn worthless. They sell for so little and they just take up my space. No. Completionism. It's a sickness. Yeah. So there's God Eater 3. And then there's like other classics. Like I would want to play through more Final Fantasy games because I'm a big Final Fantasy fan. I have not played a whole lot of the Final Fantasy games because it's a lot of time and I just haven't been motivated to do them. Like I've played, obviously I played through Final Fantasy 14. That's my main one. I've played through all of 7. I have played through all of 7 Remake and Rebirth. And I have played through all of 11. So I played the 2 MMOs. Well, I say all of 11. Technically, that's not true. I beat Wings of the God. I beat Rhapsodies of Vana'diel and all of the major expansions. I did not get around to doing Voracious Resurgence and so forth, which is like the new, slightly expanded story. Mostly because it's like super hard to actually do, and I don't want to grind it because I'm a solo player in that game. Because I don't know anyone else that plays Final Fantasy 11, so that's a whole me thing. Oh yeah, I also beat Final Fantasy 15 and 16, of course. I love those games. And I played through. Technically, I haven't beaten, but I did play through all of Final Fantasy 13 and 13-2. I got to the final bosses of both of those games and quit. Which makes me a little sad, but I kind of got burnt out by the end of those games. But you know, they're big games, so it's bound to happen. But I definitely want to play through Final Fantasy X at the very least. And Final Fantasy X, 6, and 8. And probably 9. I don't really care too much for doing like the super early ones. And I don't care too much for doing 12. Because I've played 12 a fair bit. And I could just never really get into it. I don't know if it was the combat style or what, but I just always bounced off of it like 10 or 20 hours into the game. Which isn't the worst thing.
And here's another.
Oh, hold on. So much kitty change. Well, no, damn. Time to sell stuff. Yeah, so I want to play more Final Fantasy. I have a long list of games that I want to play on stream. I'm not getting through them in 2025. But hey, at least I have content. And then, of course, there's also going to be new games that come out. All right, I have to actually go through the gateway because this is a stupid act. Ugh. There's new games that are going to be coming out, like I want to play the Elden Ring, Shadow Rain that comes out. And hopefully I get people that I can like play with on stream for that, but I don't have high hopes. So, I mean, I'm going to play no matter what. Honestly, playing it solo, I do love solo. I am a big solo player. So, I'm going to play Shadow Rain no matter what, because I do love my Souls games. Oh yeah, that was another game. I wanted to play through Sekiro, because I've actually never beaten Sekiro. I got really far into the game. I think I got to fighting your teacher at the very end? Mr. Crow Guy? Can't remember if it was Crow Guy or was it Kenichiro or whatever? Maybe I'm saying the wrong name. But your like main rival. It was one of those two, like at the end of the game, that I just kind of got stuck on and quit. which is like, you know, I would definitely play the game again to beat it. Just beat it. Because I want to beat every single Souls game. I've beaten all of Dark Souls, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, and Bloodborne, and Elden Ring. I haven't beaten Demon Souls or Sekiro, though. I do have Demon Souls on my PS5. But I just never... Nice. Oh yeah, I remember. With Demon Souls, I screwed my own motivation out of the game. Because I decided to exploit. I used the luck exploit in the PS5 back when it was around. Because like if you used, I believe it was like a certain coin, and if you used a certain way, you could give yourself like near infinite amounts of luck. And one weapon in the game scaled with luck. So if you did that, you could just annihilate everything. And I did that. And I immediately lost, or I made a whole new character to do that. And then I immediately lost like all my motivation to play the game. Because cheating does that. And then it got nerfed and I was just like, nah, whatever, I'll get around to it eventually. And then I never got around to it. So I guess I'll add that to the games that I also want to complete. I could also go for another Dark Souls 2 playthrough. I'll hate myself for doing it, but... I love Dark Souls 2. When I played it, when it first came out. I still love it. I know that I would not enjoy it now. Because like, when it first came out, I got a ton of enjoyment and fun out of how broken the game was. Because like, one of the very first things that I did in that game was... There's a rat covenant in Dark Souls 2, where you could forcefully summon other players into like a trapped course, and they had to get through the course to get back to their world. And in Dark Souls 2, there is a thing called, I believe it's a bonfire aesthetic? That might not be the correct name, but it was an item that boosted the level of a bonfire. So it increased the level of all of the monsters. So if you used one bonfire aesthetic, the monsters would go from a new game difficulty to a new game plus difficulty. Use 2 bonfire aesthetics, it goes up to new game plus 2 difficulty, etc, etc. And I got, because I'm a decent player, you know. Also, where the hell is the Thane of Chaos? Why do I keep pressing M for map? Anyway, I'll just run around until I find it. But, I got really good at killing the dog. That was the boss of that area. Because every time that you did the bonfire aesthetic, you had to kill the boss again to unlock the Covenant. Or to reuse the Covenant. If I remember correctly. Maybe I'm thinking wrong, but I'll just go along with it. I'm pretty sure that was it. Also, where is... Where the hell would it be? It is in this map, right? Yeah. Did I run past it? I must have run past it at some point. Is it here? No? Am I stupid? Is it? Yeah, I don't think it's here. Oh well. I will... Those willing to face a challenge. I don't know. I've traveled through like this entire area, so I'm not sure what I'm missing. I'll be honest. Unless it's there, which I guess I can look there, but I don't think anything would be there. I really don't. Yeah, it's just a bridge. Ooh, cool. Anyway. Yeah, and I have no idea where it is. Oh well. It's fine. Do. I guess maybe it's right there. Yeah, what? Actually, that looks like it might be something. I have my eyes opened. Can I see now? One can only hope. Nope, just a chest. Sad. No, well. But, so anyway, when I was first playing POE 2, I bonfire aesthetic that one Covenant's bonfire like 7 times. So the enemies were just absurd. And then I would force players in new game to come into the Covenant, force them into the area, and then just watch them get one shot by the first dog because the dog was on like new game plus 6 difficulty.
Boring.
Oh, it was so funny. I was so evil. Those poor bastards never knew what happened to them. But that was one of the reasons why I love Dark Souls 2. And the other one was also PvP related in hexes. Because on release, hexes were completely broken. In PvP specifically. Because the most basic hex you could get was spend 100 souls, I believe, to send out a little force bolts. A fast moving bolts to hit an enemy. I guess enemies it did good damage if I remember correctly. But against people, when I had my full hex gear or whatnot in new game, not even optimized really. Or super strong, I was doing 1200 damage to a person, which could one-shot everyone that didn't put a ton of HP, didn't do a ton of con. Ooh boy, did I joined I joined every PvP covenant, the Dragon Covenant, the Bell Covenant, and I would use one hex to summon up a bunch of smoke around my character. And then I would just send out one force bolt from the middle of the cloud of darkness. And unless they had a really good reaction time, they would always get hit and just instantly get one shot and die. Oh, it was so mean, and it costed nothing because you got 16 casts of it, I believe, in Dark Souls 2. I forget exactly, but you got a lot of it. I forget if Dark Souls 2 had limited number of castings. It's been a hot minute. I played it when I was in high school. Pretty sure it was high school. Maybe it was a little bit after, but it was a long, long time ago. Oh, cool. I'm getting really lucky on drops. You love to see it. But yeah, so I know a lot of people, I agree with a lot of people's objective opinions on Dark Souls 2 and its problems. Hitboxes, the general kind of speed of it is a little wonky, and so on and so forth. The graphics. The graphics were not what we were promised. Still makes me sad. But I still enjoyed it. But I love Dark Souls 2 for what it was. It was just a funny, silly game. I loved it so much. I did the no bonfire run also back then, which took me exactly 12 hours. And how do I know it was exactly 12 hours? That's because I started at 10 a.m. and finished at 10 p.m. Just one Saturday when I didn't have school. And only had one mess up the entire run. Because I was playing on the Xbox 360, best console, aside from the GameCube. And I was going down into the, I was going down into like the pits. Down the hole in Majula. And when I got down there with the butterfly armor to reduce fall damage, I instinctively sat at the bonfire down there. And luckily, I was very quick on my feet and jumped up and immediately pulled the power plug on my Xbox. That classic, oh no, I fucked it up maneuver. And loaded back in, and I was like, there's no way for me to know if it'll work or not. So I completed the rest of the run not even knowing if I was gonna get the ring at the end. But I did. I got the invisibility ring. And then proceeded to never play the game again. Because, I mean, why use an invisibility ring when you have broken hexes? But no, that was a lot of fun. I love Dark Souls 2. I understand why people hate it and meme on it, but I did really enjoy it. Dark Souls 1 is still my absolute favorite though. Which I do want to play that again sometime. Which I am actually mad about Dark Souls 1 because I lost all of my achievements for Dark Souls 1 because this is gonna date me. I played it on Windows Live. I 100% Dark Souls on Windows Live. Oh, that hurts. That makes me feel so goddamn old. It's not fair. But oh yeah, I need to turn that off. I 100% it on, Windows Live, and maybe obviously Windows Live doesn't exist anymore for good reason. But that means that all of my achievements are null and void and gone to the wind. So I actually did try to play through on Steam and get through all the achievements again. But I played it so much back when it first came out that my motivation to continue playing it is just like, Like, I think it's been long enough that I would happily do it on stream again. But doing it like on my own, I'm just like, nah, whatever. It's whatever. It's fine. Alright. Stuff. Also, I have not been looking at the inventories. The NPC inventories, I realize. So I've been actually missing out on a fair bit of stuff as I've been just yapping. Which is fine. Not a huge deal or anything. Currency, get rid of blah 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 blah. You, quad, you. Alright. And then also is the where is... Okay, so it's not here. Plus 10%. Okay, I chose that. Yeah. Alright. Then I need to find where to sacrifice the heart still. Because I thought it was the chaos statue, honestly. No, blood sacrifice is up there. Okay. I am stupid. No, well. That's fine. Oop-a-doop. I already knew this about myself. But yeah. I didn't check the vendors. Brain go burr or something. I'll take that. Take a bunch of recoup. But yeah, so I want to play more Souls games. I want to play the Sekiros and so forth. Sekiros and Demon Souls. And I want, God, I want to play Bloodborne again so badly. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about Bloodborne. Might be a problem. Might need to get that, talk a therapist for that, but yeah, whatever. Ooh. Easy peasy.
Many have died at this table.
Stab the heart. Stab it. Carve it out with a spoon. That's a reference I was gonna get. Oh well. What do I want to grab next? That's a question. I want more survivability. A lot of recoup. I'm not sure that really helps if I just get one shot though. What is nearby? Just increased minion life. Yeah, I might as well just grab that. No, I want more me survivability, not minion survivability, to be honest. What's something I can go close to? Offering skills. All bonuses apply to minions. Not the worst, but like, I don't really care too much for that. I'm almost like these that I really wish that I was following a guide. But I'm not doing that for my first character ever. Or not my first character in this game, at least. High level, I don't really want to just start moving randomly. Yeah, I'll just take those. Just more recoup. I don't know, if it comes back to bite me, I'll just respec. Not a huge deal. But yeah. But yeah, there's just so many games that I want to play through. So little time. Because I've been thinking about what to try and do for a stream schedule. Because obviously I just started out, so I'm still just trying to get a feel for like what I can and can't do. And what I want to do. And streaming after work honestly doesn't seem like a bad idea. Mostly because I'm already in like a get stuff done kind of mood. So going from that to stream is just kind of a it just kind of flows together, or at least it did last week and today. So if I can try and stream like 2 to 3 hours a day, 5 days a week, 15 hours a week, I think that's a pretty go for goal. Now granted, will I be streaming Christmas Eve and Christmas night? That is an excellent question, and I don't have an answer for that. Because I'll try, but I'm expecting to be very socially drained from, you know, interacting with family and just the entire thing. And also, since I'll have to wake up early on Christmas, to be at my parents' house for family Christmas. So it'll be, you know, it's all a thought. It's all a figuring it out. But I'm gonna probably aim for 5 days a week. And just trying my best to be consistent with that as possible. And I'm also going to try to, because there's that, and I'm just going to try and make tweets and tweet to and reply to people. I don't really care too much about, you know, I want to do at least like a minimum kind of effort to grow, even if growing isn't my main goal. I want to at least try, because it doesn't really hurt to at least try, especially if it gets me, you know, collab partners and a streamer friend group that like I can stream with and so forth, which would be really chill. All I need is a corpo, and then I can have work friends and on death effects. I hate you. My second biggest complaint of this game. On death effects. All that recoup life, it was a waste. But here we are, suffering anyway. The ultimate life flask. Shadow? I do want to go and see Sonic 3. I love Sonic. I'm not like the biggest Sonic fan or anything, as my friends have continuously reminded me, as they are huge Sonic fans. But I love Sonic. Sonic Adventure Battle 2. No, Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. That's what my friends always correct me on, is that the 2 is before battle. And I hate it. Whoever designed it, I hate you. Suck my pee. What? Oh, that's what I get for saying that. I'm not even sure why I died there, but I'm gonna blame on death effects. Oh well. Not like I'm losing much. Is it just blood pools that I can't see? Granted, it's... I mean, I do know a big reason why I'm dying. It's because my fire resist is the worst. And because I'm an Infernalist summoner, a lot of the damage is being converted to fire. So thus, I'm taking a lot of damage that's not being mitigated correctly. Because, like, I have so much, like, cold resist and so forth, but I need fire resist. But I'm not worrying too much about resists until later. There we go. Yeah, I think it's those things that are killing me. The, like, delayed on death stuff. Yeah, it's those things. Path of Exile. Never changes. Make a whole new game. Worst thing, still on death effects. Did I miss any optional stuff here? Nope. Get me out of here. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna try and at least get to maps before I end stream tonight. I think I'm getting pretty close. I think this is one of the last places. Oh, I also hate this place. Because this is where enemies, or my minions, just get stuck in hallways. which is only going to get worse as I increase my spirit.
The fool doesn't
Yeah,
realize
yeah,
he's
I
already
know.
dead.
I do love the witch lines. The witch lines are just so edgy and chuny. It's so good. I love it dearly. Gonna bring the mic a little closer in. Oh, jeez. Guys,
Now!
see, this is what I'm talking about. Come on, guys. You can fit through. I believe in you. Come on. Oy vey. Just oy vey. But yeah. So I guess to like make a slight change of topic, because my brain just got reminded of it. I talked a little bit a while ago about the fact that I don't really feel anxiety when I'm on stream, but I feel it before stream. And I'm sure that that's a feeling a lot of people can relate to. But it's something that I very first discovered when I was in theater in high school. Because I'm an extremely introverted person. Like, before I got adopted by an extrovert in high school, I never talked to people. I just kind of stuck to myself. I was in a friend group, but like, I was adopted into it. But an extrovert like kind of forced me to, or not kind of, he literally forced me. Hi, Captain Marrow. How's your night going? And also, Merry Christmas Eve. Getting closer and closer to maps. And having just a chill time.
What a clever
But now, I ended up getting adopted by an extrovert. Way back when. That's the only reason why I don't really get like nervous when I'm streaming anymore. Which I haven't streamed for long, but I always get really nervous before I stream though. But during stream, I'm perfectly fine. It's morning for you? Oh. It is 3:29 a.m. for me. Which I guess is kind of morning. I think of it more as night though. Any time before I go to sleep is night for me. Yeah. I hope that you're doing swell. And I hope that's a good night for you. What have you been up to? If you don't mind me asking. Ah! That is a lot of lightning. Yep. God, my survivability is ass right now. Oy vey. Also, I have not seen that much lightning before, so learning all new things about this place. I'm getting so close to maps. I really want to get to maps. I don't think that I'll make them very far, or I'll make it very far, because I'm not following a build guide for this. Playing POE, enjoying the holidays? Yeah, I'm also trying to. I got very, I got some really good news in that I don't have to work tomorrow. Because I thought I was going to have to work, and so I was like planning on taking time off, and it was just going to be like whole like bleh thing, but luckily I have tomorrow off, so I can enjoy Christmas Eve a little bit. Babe, how far have you gone into POE? Why is there so much lightning? So yeah, I am struggling a little bit. Because I have no goddamn survivability on my Infernalist summoner. But I have DPS, and that's really all that matters at the end of the day. It's just you kill them and don't get hit. What I really need is a shield. Ow. Okay, well, it's hard not to get hit when they just shoot out lightning like that. Thank God these maps are so big. Like, I see all this lightning, and I'm honestly just kind of terrified by it all. I'm not gonna lie. Gain 10 games soon with your second? Oh, nice. What have your builds been so far? Say, currently I'm going as Infernalist Summoner, but I want my second character to be a lightning arrow, like Deadshot, or Deadeye? That one, whichever one it is. Because I loved playing that in POE 1 a lot, and so I want to do it again for this game. Which I do find it kind of disappointing that like the same builds are rising to prominence in this game, but they're builds I like, so I'm not going to complain too much. Say, I'm getting close to endgame here. Almost through Blood, or Cruel Node. Blood Mage and second was Stormweaver? I've been hearing good things about Blood Mage so far, and it sounds really cool, like to play, but I have not watched anyone play it so far. And Stormweaver sounds also dope. Although I don't think I really know anything about Stormweaver, actually. I really heard a whole lot of people talk about it. But hey, as long as they're getting you through, that's what matters. Now, my second character, I am going to be following a build guide, because currently I'm not following a build guide, and I'm slightly regretting it. Blood Mage is fun, but not that good as Stormweaver? That's understandable. Was Blood Mage just like kind of too slow compared to Stormweaver? Ow. Die. Is what was that thing? I do want to try Blood Mage sometime though. Because the only thing I've really seen about Blood Mage was I know Koseki Biju from Hololive really wants to play it. Really all I know about it. Much slow on clear speed and bosses. Honestly, it's kind of a bummer when like the build you really love is just not as good as other ones. It's like when I was playing POE 1, like I love summoner builds just because I love being lazy and doing nothing. But when I tried Lightning Arrow in POE 1, I was just like, this is so much faster and requires so much less investment and is so much easier to build. It's like, but I want to play summoner. But it's not as it's a lot harder. So it's not like as fun. Is that I assume that's kind of what it's like. Or it's just harder to build and so forth. I also need to get a shield one of these days. Oh. Say, I kind of said that I haven't had as much time to get onto like a second character and play more of this game. Because like, I've been so busy with stuff, I'm still trying to get to maps on my first character. Speed difference is so big. Ooh. It do be early access. But that really sucks. At least it's viable, but hopefully they maybe buff it a little bit. Or make better items. Especially on bosses. Yeah, boss killing speed is very important. Granted, you can have just one character for clearing maps and one character for killing bosses, but that's also just a lot of effort. And a lot of time to do two characters like that. Something I would never want to do because that's way too much time. But it's something you can do if you have time. I'd say, how far into maps have you gotten? Say, I want to try to at least get to like tier 6 before I make a new character. Do I think I'll get that far with this build? No. But I'll try. I will try my damnedest. It's like my resistances and armor are non-existent. Like, honestly, just looking at my fire resist just makes me sad since I'm an Infernalist and my damage is being converted into fire damage. I'm not going to make it very far. But I'm having fun. That's really what matters at the end of the day. I'm never going to get the pinnacle bosses, I'll tell you that. Ow. Got to tier 2 on blood, then decided I needed fast away. You know, that makes sense. Tier 2 I think was a good checking point for how fast your build's going to be. I gotta say, it's also nice that getting a second character through the story will be a lot faster. I assume it didn't take you too long to get your second character all built up and so forth. Yeah. Die, ho. I'd say my gearing has... It was super fast? Yeah. I figured that making or getting a second character through the story would be really fast.
I take no pleasure in harming one of my own, but if you persist, I will do with her what I...
I'm pretty sure that's what I said. If I misspoke, I apologize. But yeah, I remember that from like POE 1. Is just having like an early build starter and then having a high investment other character. Ow. Sorry, try not to die to these laser people, because I really don't want everyone to respawn. Ow. Everything hits so goddamn hard. I'd say I'm hoping that I can clear maps pretty fast, but I don't have high hopes for this build. Ow. Stop it. Stop it. Sorry, I'm trying really hard not to die. Ooh. And so the only thing I don't look forward to... Oh, my inventory is completely full. When it comes to the main story, or redoing the main story on a new character, is getting through the really goddamn long maps. And finding all of the optional, like, permanent buffs along all the maps. Because I assume that's probably what just takes the longest, is just running. You can two-shots it? Two-shot? Okay, that's actually insane. I'm jealous of that. That makes me afraid it's gonna get nerfed. I'm not gonna lie. But being able to two-shot campaign bosses is so good.
How goes it?
I say, does it handle mobs really well? I mean, probably, if it can... Actually, was that? No, I don't care about that. Don't care about any of those. Care about you.
If you hear a click,
I say, I did see some builds that could like one or two shot bosses, but I was like, well, those seem silly. But it sounds so nice to be able to do.
Don't drink the water.
Clears fast. God, you're convincing me that I need to try Stormweaver. Because that sounds That sounds like a power trip that's just really fun to do. And I could go for a power trip in this game. No, you go over here. Do I need to collect all of these? No, but I'm going to anyway. I may be a bit of a hoarder, don't mind me. I don't care for you. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to try Stormweaver though. God, it's gonna take me so long to get to Stormweaver, but I want to try it so badly. How dare you do this to me? Like the YouTube video for the guy who's building them? I would love that. I'm pretty sure I have it allowed so that people can link stuff. I'm not entirely sure. I forget what I said AutoMod to do. One second, let me... Is there a way that I can... Apologies, I'm still trying to figure out, show ma, blah blah blah. Deleted messages. Trying to figure out if I have it allowed. AutoMod settings. Not under AutoMod. Stream. Enable globes. Blah blah. Channel? No. Ah, there we are. I did have it set to get rid of links. Alright, so I believe I got rid of that setting, so you should be able to link it now if you would, please. I would love to see that. And I will look at it later. No. That is an amazing title for a YouTube video. New best OP one-shot teleport. I see why you like it. I am definitely going to be watching that later because that looks amazing if it can teleport. So wait, does it teleport around the map and everything too? You do have to get the title correctly. The more descriptive, the better, I guess. The title does get me excited, so it's a good title. I have to learn from it. Kinda right. Thank you for sharing that with me, because I am looking forward to that, because I had never heard of a Stormweaver build like that.
So, at the eve of the end, the demon of Atzoatl has finally come for me.
Yes. Resist all you like.
Progress comes with a heavy price.
Ow.
The best laid plans.
Say, I like my current DPS. It's just I don't have any survivability. Can you just like go into the next phase already, bro? Come on.
Give up. I must save my people.
You know why we're here? It happened. It cannot be stopped.
No, I will succeed.
Yeah, any day now. Ow.
Nothing will stand in my way.
Oh.
You
Okay.
leave me no choice. This is not over
Haha.
yet.
I'm in danger. Do I have to be outside this? Okay. Glad I remember some of these mechanics.
I will burn you alive.
There we go.
Do not fail me.
Finally, the maps.
Not now. How could this happen?
Leave it.
All I've done. All that I sacrificed.
Your people cannot be saved.
The only
History
annoying thing is the
already
rares with
written.
mana siphon thing.
You can stay here and die, or come with
Yeah,
us
no,
and
actually, yeah,
help save
that-
the future.
That makes sense.
The legacy of the Val must be
I haven't really had a problem with them for, well, obviously I don't use a whole lot of mana, but
to contain the beast.
Let's just start
Ashen Staff tier
talking now.
2.
My friend here
What does
isn't
that mean?
exactly the peacemaking type.
Yeah. Oh, that's fun.
If only I had more time. There is an
So will you help?
I suppose.
But yeah, on mana intensive builds, I can imagine mana siphon being an absolute nightmare. POE always has a hard counter for just about everything. Gotta love it.
Now then, it is time we departed. Activate
I'd say the most annoying enemies, in my opinion, are the ones with on-death effects. Plots. Say on-death effects are one of the worst. Yeah, I'd say. And then you combine the two of just an enemy that hard counters you with on-death effects, and it's just a nightmare.
I'd almost. There's a lot.
And then there's enemies that deal chaos damage. Woo.
you. We. This from here. Place. It may be possible. You must start with.
Alright, so he does stuff now. I did it. I got to maps. It only took me... How long have I been playing this? It only took me 35 hours. But I got here eventually.
Yes, take your time.
So.
Go. She and I really
Ah,
must
hello.
exchange forbidden secrets.
Let's see. Ooh. More monster life. Alright.
What can I do?
Let's see if anyone's selling anything good. No. Yeah. Nah. Don't really care.
Until next time.
Yes.
Nothing too
This
interesting
is what
there.
we have available.
I think I can actually buy. No. Cool.
In your case. Hello.
I don't really care to do random stuff right now. Alright. I will do one map. And then I'm gonna end stream because I am 4 AM and I'm tired. This build can use the immune to chaos damage passives. You can make yourself immune to chaos? What the okay, I'm making that. I'm making a Stormweaver after this. I'm doing it. Oh. What is this? What am I doing here? Savannah, Willow. Fascinating. Okay, steaming. Ball. Fascinating. Apologies. But you're selling me on this build more and more. I was already going to try it, but immunity to chaos damage? That just sounds too good to be true in my opinion. I believe you, but it sounds absurd. Oh, hey, it's my favorite POE 1 summon. Or POE 1 Spectre. Ah. Now I really need to get a shield for this character too. I felt really stupid because I thought scepters had to be in your offhand this entire time. And I didn't realize that I could just have a shield equipped for more survivability, since I don't really use my wand all that much. Granted, my wand increases my fire damage by a fair bit, but actually does it. What do my wand do again? Yeah, it increases spell and fire damage. Okay. But yeah, I do not think I'm going to be clearing this very quickly. I'm just going to do like a map. Maybe try and get up to like tier 6. Maybe get to tier 2 probably, honestly. Tier 2 and then make a Stormweaver. Sounds like an excellent plan, honestly. And see what all this two-shotting bosses is about. Or try it before it gets nerfed, at least. Granted, I don't think it's probably not nerf-worthy, but we'll see what they do. 'Cause yeah, I have been a little... One of the reasons why I didn't want to follow a guild on my first character, because I didn't want to follow a build that got nerfed like super early or was broken super early, just in case something happened. And it did happen to a lot of people, apparently, or a fair number of people, which I feel bad for that. And I'm glad that they nerfed all the respec costs, which every single day I'm more and more tempted to respec this character to follow a actual build guide. Because, like, I've seen, like, a build guide from, like, Scissoron and so forth on Infernalist and stuff, and it's wildly different from what I build. Or at least a good bit different. They still go for, minion health, but they go for a lot more armor and personal health. Yeah. The nerfs have been, it's like, I understand. Ooh, tier 2. Let's go. It's like, I understand the nerfs, but it's rough for everyone doing it. Especially when you're worried you might get nerfed. Like, I don't really have to worry too much about being nerfed, because Summoner hasn't... Our minions hasn't really been too overpowered, aside from that one Flame Wall thing, which I wasn't using to begin with, so it didn't affect me, really. Exactly. Like, I understand people get mad at it, but it be how it be. Especially for the long-term health. It's like balance changes in an MMO, and so forth. Especially when the builds are like one-shotting pinnacle bosses. Like, that's a little excessive. I wish I had been playing them and one-shot the pinnacle boss. But also I'm glad that I didn't do it. Because that also kind of just takes out a bit of the fun for me, at least, if I'm just... don't have to put in all that much work to one-shot stuff. If I have to put in a lot of work to one-shot stuff, then it's worth it. then it's fine. But if it's because of just a silly thing. Sorry, my brain's kind of just losing its brain power right now, so I'm just kind of going off. Still getting used to speaking for multiple hours straight, so I'll get there. Oofda. Didn't even see the other skull all the way down there. I'd say, are the maps also as big as like the act maps? Because this doesn't feel as big. But I also haven't explored it all yet, so. Because if it's much bigger than this, then I definitely understand wanting to play a faster build. They're okay sized? That's good at least. Well, as long as I'm not spending 5 minutes running from one end of the map to the other because I missed one thing. Or missed one boss. Oh, they're getting a little closer. Unless they grow with tears? I hope not. Because then by tier 16, these things are going to be terrible. But that is a valid thought. And it terrifies me. There you go. Ah, I did a map. Nice. What are these things? Enduring shrine? Oh! These are the shrines. Okay. I didn't even realize that. I'm so used to there not being them in this game that I didn't realize that they were here. Well, one tier 2 map from this isn't a terrible getaway. And yeah, this map actually wasn't terrible in size. Alright. Yeah. The Act 3 maps are just way too big. They're absurdly big. And I hate how, like, they hide some stuff really well in there. Like the ritual sacrifice and so forth. Like, if you're gonna put optional, like, permanent buff stuff that you kind of have to get, please don't make the map so big. Ooh, 39% increase to rarity found. And fire resist. That's really nice.
Quicken your pace.
I'll happily have that. My bad. Alright, throw all this stuff away. And I think that's going to do it for me for tonight. Yeah, I've been seeing the rarity thing, which concerns me a bit because I don't have a whole lot of rarity find. But I've been seeing complaints about how it's kind of meh and it's not doing good for the economy. So hopefully that gets addressed, because I mean, magic rarity should have some impact, but I don't think it should be as big as it is currently. Granted, that's just my noob opinion from what I've seen, so I could be very off base with it. I'll have to watch more videos on it. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, I have been streaming for 3 hours, and I am going to stream, get some sleep, and probably wake up early. I do not get enough sleep. And thank you for copting, Captain Mara. I really appreciate you being here and talking with me. It made it a lot more fun. So I hope you have a good holidays, And I hope you have very good luck with your maps and loot. So, good night, all. Bye-bye.
CPT_Amara just followed.